All right, and welcome to our yoga flow, our summer yoga flow. I'll give everybody just a minute to get on. I'm Megan, and as always, if you have a mat, grab a mat. If you don't have a mat, no big deal. You can always just use a towel or a blanket for your knees. And I think the only other thing that you may want, completely not necessary, but if you work with blocks, if you like to use blocks or a water bottle or something to bring the floor up a little bit for your hands, you can use that too. But as always, there's nothing that's overly necessary for a yoga practice, just yourself. So find a comfortable seat. If it feels okay, we're gonna start seated tonight. So sitting up really super tall, finding a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. And if it feels good to close your eyes or soften your gaze, do that. And thank you so much for joining me tonight. Can you believe we're only almost halfway through July? Almost halfway through the month of July. And I think it's at this point, a lot of people start to say, I know I do, the summer's going by so fast. What happened to our summer? And our yoga practice teaches us to be present with whatever we have going on. Like sometimes time seems to fly, or sometimes time seems to slow way down and we're waiting for the next thing. But our yoga practice teaches us to be present with what we have going on in this moment. And so that's what we're going to work on a little bit today, is just being present, noticing what we have right now. So taking a moment, feeling your body in whatever position you're in on your yoga mat, feeling yourself grounding down. Feel the points of contact with the floor. So it might be your sit bones, your feet. If you're on the knees, it might be your shins. Feel your hands. Feel the flow of your breath. Notice where your mind is at. Do you feel present, or do you feel far away today? And remembering that there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no good or bad, it's just, it is what it is. So noticing where your mind is at right now. And then begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. So noticing your inhale and your exhale. Slowly exhale all of the air out. We're going to inhale for a count of 4. So inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top just for a moment. And then exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing at the bottom, again, just for a moment. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale for 6 or for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top and exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return to your natural breath. Notice your inhale and your exhale. And then when you feel ready, slowly blink your eyes open. And then from here, take your right hand down to your right side. Take your left arm up and over. We're going to come into a side bend for a couple of breaths here. Rooting your left sit bone down on the floor and rotate your heart up towards the sky. A couple of breaths here. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the flow of your breath. Inhale, come all the way back up. Bringing your left hand down, right arm's gonna reach up and over. Same thing, other side. So we're coming into the side bend. Doesn't matter how low you go, just trying to get a lot of space into that right side. And then maybe rotate your heart open. Root your right sit bone down on the floor. Take another breath. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Good, one more time each side. So right hand's gonna come down, left arm up and over. Just making some space, make it feel nice. Inhale, come all the way back up. Left hand comes down, right arm up and over. Inhale, come all the way back up. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up towards the ceiling. Feel your shoulder blades melt down as your side body gets really long. Knit your low ribs in so you don't feel like you're really arching your back here. No back bend here, really lengthening your spine. And then as you exhale, little twist to the right. Or a big twist. This may not be the biggest twist of your life though. This isn't the biggest twist of my life. But you're moving right from your center. And breathe here. On your next exhale, you're going to drop your right hand behind you, left hand to your right knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Once you get there, get really long. And then exhale, twist. Twisting from your center. Gaze is wherever it feels good. Take another breath. And then inhale, come back to center. And let's do the other side. So as you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers maybe the weird way. So funky finger in front. And then press the ceiling away again. So get really long in your side body. But as you do that, feel your shoulder blades drop down your back. So your shoulders are not hugging your ears. You've got a lot of space for your neck. Give yourself a breath here. No back bend. So low ribs knit in just a little bit. And then exhale, twist to the left. Little twist. Breathe. Feel your sit bones grounding down. Feel the length in your spine. And then on your next exhale, you're going to take your left hand behind you, right hand to your left knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine again, get real long. And then exhale, twist, maybe a little deeper. Long, deep breaths. Notice how you're feeling. Notice where your neck wants to go here. You can look over your left shoulder. You can look in between your shoulders. You can look the other way. Up to you. Long, deep breath. Inhale, come back to center. And then from here, let's come on my hands and knees. So take your time. Hands are going to come underneath your shoulders. Knees come underneath your hips. We're going to cat-cow a couple times. So as you inhale, we're going to arch the spine and look up. As you exhale, round your back and drop your head. And then just keep going. Follow your breath. Feeling the movement through the spine. Feeling your points of contact with the floor. And again, as you move here, try to notice. Notice the palm of your hand. Notice the soles of your feet. Notice what it means to you to be present. What does it mean to be present? There's that whole theory that time speeds up when we're doing something enjoyable, time slows down when we're doing something that seems a bit harder. But what does time do when we're doing yoga? I think it depends on the day, right? If we're present with every movement, things just are as they are. And then on your next inhale, take your time, come back to a flat back or neutral spine. And then from here, take your right arm up towards the sky. So peel your right arm up towards the sky. Inhale here, open up. And then as you exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left, coming down to or towards your right shoulder. Don't have to get all the way there. Breathe here, see if you can relax your neck. Get long in your spine. Again, tuck your tailbone just a little bit so we're not arching a lot in the low back. And then choose, you can stay here, pressing with your left hand. You can reach your left hand up towards the front of your mat or towards over your head. Or you can take your left arm and reach it around behind you. Couple of breaths here. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the flow of your breath. And then if you move your left hand on your next exhale, you're going to release your left hand back underneath your shoulder. Press into your left hand, and as you inhale, open your right arm back up towards the sky. So opening all the way back up. And exhale, right hand comes down. One cat-cow in between, so inhale, arch your spine and look up. Exhale, round your back and drop your head. Inhale, come back to center. And then from here, take your left arm up towards the sky. So open it up, peel it open like you're trying to catch a baseball. And then exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right, coming down again to or towards your left shoulder. Giving a little push to that right hand, feel your right shoulder move back. And then again, choose. You can stay here with your right hand, or you can reach it up or around, whatever feels good. Give yourself a breath or two. And then on your next exhale, slowly, you move your right hand, bring it back down to the floor or underneath your shoulder, and inhale. Press into your right hand, reach your left arm back up toward the sky, opening up. And exhale, left hand comes down. Good. From here, one more cat-cow. Inhale, arch your spine and look up. And then as you exhale, either take your hips back towards your heels for child's pose, or tuck your toes. Lift your knees, come into downward facing dog. So whichever one feels best, do that. Again, establish your points of contact with the floor. So feel your ground, feel yourself grounding down. There it is, feel yourself grounding down. So if you're in your down dog, feel the soles of your feet, the palms of your hands. If you're in your child's pose, maybe your forehead, your shins, maybe your arms. Give yourself another breath or two here. And then on your next inhale, take your time, slowly walk your feet all the way forward to meet your hands. Coming into a forward fold at the top of your mat. No rush here, but once you get there, just dangle. Let your hands go, let your head go. Maybe a small bend in your knees. Take a couple of long, deep breaths here. Feeling your feet grounding down, feeling your head really heavy. And then on your next inhale, take your time, little bend in your knees, slowly roll all the way up to stand, stacking your spine as you go. And again, once you reach the top, no rush here. You inhale and reach your arms up overhead, opening up. And exhale, hands come to heart. Pausing here, take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Closing your eyes or softening your gaze, think about setting an intention for your practice. So what is it that you need today? Or what is it that you want to focus on today? Maybe it's being present. Maybe it's grounding down. Then on your next inhale, take your time. Reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, dive forward, forward fold. So you're just moving with your breath. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way back up. Reach your arms up overhead. Open it up. And exhale, hands come to heart. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. You're just moving with your breath. Inhale to lengthen your spine, come about halfway up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, hands come over. All right, adding on a little bit here. So as you inhale, arms reach up overhead. As you exhale, grab your right wrist with your left hand and side bend over to the left. So make a lot of space in that right side. Inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, go the other way. So grab your left wrist with your right hand and go the other way. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. On your inhale, extend your spine from about halfway up. Exhale to fold. We're going to pause here just for a minute. You're going to put a little bend in that left knee. and then straighten the right leg a little bit or a lot. Breathe here, and then choose. You can stay here. So left knee is, turn toward you a little bit. Left knee is bent. Right leg is straight-ish. And then you can choose to stay here. We're going for a stretch in the outside of the leg. So you can choose to stay here, or you can tend to your left fingertips on the floor or on your block, or you can grab your water bottle. Right hand comes to your right hip, and just a little twist. This doesn't have to be huge. Little twist towards that right leg. And you'll feel it probably. I do. You'll feel that stretch in the outside of the leg. Breathe. Keep moving that right hip back. So you've got a lot of space to twist into. Lots of space on that right side. Give yourself another breath. And then exhale, let that go. Inhale, again, come about halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So little bend in that right knee. Left leg is straight-ish. You may feel this a lot already. If so, you can stay. If it feels better to you, you can tense your right fingertips, or you can put your fingertips on a block or whatever you got. Left hand comes to your left hip. And then again, make a lot of space. Get long in your spine. Make a lot of space in that left side. Give you some room to twist, and then start to twist towards the left leg. Breathe. Long deep breaths. Staying present with whatever's going on in your body, whatever you've got going on today. Long deep breaths. And then exhale, release, fold forward, let it go. Inhale, a little bend in the knees, just roll yourself all the way up. Feel your heels get really heavy as you slowly roll up through your spine. Shoulders roll back as you come all the way up. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. As you exhale, grab your right wrist with your left hand side, bend over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go the other way. Inhale, come back to center, root down for both of your feet. Release your hands and fold forward. Inhale, extend your spine, come about halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. This time when you plant your hands, step your left foot back. Coming back into a lunge. So pausing here, get long in your spine. Take a long deep breath here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Keeping your left hand down as you inhale. Peel your right arm up toward the sky. Open up to the right side. Drop your right hip down as you lift that left hip up so you feel nice and even in your hips. Give yourself another breath. And then exhale. Right hand comes down. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Walk yourself around towards the long side of your mat, coming into a wide-legged forward fold, facing the long side of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. And if that was a tricky transition, just wide leg forward fold wherever you are. Long deep breath. Feel your feet grounding down again. Feel your weight in your heels. Feel the weight in the balls of your feet. So you want to feel kind of even between the heels and the balls of the feet. So sometimes it helps if you rock a little bit back and forth. So you can find that nice, even center spot. And then breathe there. Anything you want to do with your hands here, they can come to the floor, they can come to your hips. If you'd like to interlace your fingers behind your back, you can do that too. Couple of breaths. Inhale, come about halfway up. And then from here, walk yourself back around towards the front of your mat. So your right knee is back, coming back into a lunge at the front of the mat. Take a breath here, and then bring your back knee down to the floor. Take a breath here. No need to rush it. Enjoy the stretch. And then choose. You can stay here, or you can start to come up, bringing your hands onto your thighs or reaching your arms all the way up toward the sky, opening up again. So there is a little back bend that does happen here. But as you open up through the heart, keep lengthening your tailbone down towards the floor. Take another breath. And then exhale, hands come down. Let's step the right foot back. So right foot's going to step back. We're going to come back into a plank or knees down for a kneeling plank. So either one, whichever one feels best. Give yourself a breath here. Feel your hands grounding down. Feel the balls of your feet. And then as you exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Inhaling into a cobra. So from here, press into your hands, open up your heart. Reach your heart forward, lengthen out. And exhale, let's press it back. Go right back into child's pose. So hips come back toward your heels, drop your head. You're gonna get a little bit more into the side body here. Inhale, come about halfway up. Walk both hands over towards the right of your mat, so towards the right side. We're gonna lay the upper body over the right leg. Reach your left arm a little bit further away. Get into that left side. Long deep breaths. Notice how you're feeling. Notice where your mind is at. Inhale, come back to center. And let's go the other way. So walk both of your hands over towards the left side of your mat. You're gonna lay your upper body over your left leg. Reach that right arm a little bit further away as you anchor your right sit bone down towards the floor. So you're gonna get that big right side body stretch. Long deep breaths. Inhale, come back to center. And then from here, we're just gonna slowly roll all the way forward onto our belly again. All the way forward onto your belly. And come into Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx pose, elbows are underneath your shoulders. You're gonna press into your elbows, reach your heart forward, lengthen your tailbone back towards your heels. And open up, breathe. Notice how you feel in Sphinx. So sometimes in this pose, we kind of droop down and let the shoulders come up towards the ears. But just for today, see if you can press into your forearms so you've got a lot of space through your neck. And it's like you're reaching your heart out of your shoulders, reaching your neck out of your shoulders. Breathing here. And as you exhale, slowly release, lower all the way down. Slide your hands back underneath your shoulders or a little bit further back. Inhale into a cobra, so press into your hands, lift your heart any amount, doesn't have to be huge. And then exhale, press yourself back, either child's pose or at this time you want to go back into downward facing dog. Go for it. Give yourself a breath, feel your right side, feel your left side. Notice your breath, so long deep breaths. One of the best ways we can bring ourselves into the present moment is to really tune into the breath. The breath can bring you back, always and forever. On your next inhale, take your time, slowly walk your feet all the way forward to meet your hands. Come back into your forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Again, come about halfway up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, reach your arms up overhead, open up. And exhale, hands come to heart. And give yourself a long, deep inhale here. And a long, deep exhale. Then on your next inhale, we're going to do side two. Reach your arms up overhead. Grab your right wrist with your left hand, side bend over to the left. We do both sides, so don't get confused. No big deal. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, switch your hands and go the other way. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release your hands and fold forward. So we're going to do those outer leg stretches again. IT band. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. So again, in the forward fold, you're going to bend your left knee a little bit or lat, and your right leg's going to be straight-ish. It doesn't have to be totally straight. You just want your left knee bent more. So again, you choose to stay here, or you choose to tent your left fingertips on the floor, bring your right hand to your right hip. Use your right hand, pull that right hip back a little bit so you've got a lot of space, and start to revolve your chest to the right. This time, if it feels good to unwind that arm up towards the sky, do that. Give yourself a breath. And then exhale, right hand comes down. Bend your right knee, keep your left leg straight-ish. Tent your fingertips on the floor or choose to stay here. Remember, if you're feeling it, stay. If you want a little more, you bring your left hand to your left hip. Pull your left hip back. Get long through your spine so you make a lot of space. And then start to twist into that space that you need. So in order to twist, you have to make space for it. Again, choose to stay here or choose to unwind your left arm up towards the sky. Stay with the variation of the pose that feels best and the most honest in your body today. Give yourself another breath. And then exhale, release, come back to center. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. So I'm gonna do the left side here. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step your right foot back. So we're gonna pause here in our lunge just for a moment. Left knee's bending right on top of your ankle. Right ball of the foot is on the floor. You keep your right hand down, and as you inhale, open your left arm up, twist toward your left leg. Let that left hip drop down as your right hip lifts up, so your hips stay nice and square. And then exhale, left hand's gonna come down, bring your left hand to the inside of the left foot. Start to walk your hands around towards the right, coming into a wide-legged forward fold, facing alongside of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Once you get there, get long, and then exhale, fold forward. Again, once you're there, feel the weight in your heels, feel the weight in the balls of your feet, and then try to find a happy medium where the weight is evenly distributed. Anything you want to do with your hands, they can come to the floor. You can bring them to the outsides of the legs, interlace, whatever feels good. Couple of breaths here. Inhale, come about halfway up. Bring your hands onto your hips and come all the way up. We're going to change it up on this side. From here, take a breath, take your arms out wide. Feel your feet grounding down. Get really, really long. Star pose. And then slowly wiggle your feet towards each other just a little bit. Turn your toes out and your heels in. We're going to pop down into a goddess squat. Give yourself a breath. Anchor your tailbone down. Feel your low belly lift. And then from here, you're going to take your left hand elbow down to your left leg. Right arm's going to come up and over. Good. And then same thing, other side. Right elbow comes down, left arm reaches up and over. And then let's do that 3 more times each side. So left elbow down, right arm up and over. Take a long deep inhale. And as you exhale, switch sides. Inhale, breathe into the left side. Exhale, switch. Inhale into the right side. Exhale, switch. Inhaling into your left side. Let's do 1 more each side. You know your legs might be talking to you right now. It's okay. Breathe into it. Whatever comes up in this moment, is that right? Inhale, come back to center. Straighten your legs. Parallel your feet. Inhale, open up your heart toward the sky. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Bring your hands down to the floor. We're going to walk our hands around again towards the front of your mat, towards your left foot. Bending your left knee, coming into a lunge. And then bring your right knee down to the floor. Pause here just for a moment or two. Take a long, deep breath. And then as you inhale, again, you can stay. You can bring your hands onto your thigh, reach all the way up. Breathing here. Lengthening your tailbone down towards the floor. Feel your heart reaching up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, hands come down. We're going to step the left foot back. Coming back into a plank or a kneeling plank. Again, knees can be down or they're up, whichever way feels best. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, open up your heart for a cobra. And then exhale back into child's pose. Hips come back towards your heels, drop your head. Give yourself a long deep inhale here. And a long deep exhale. 1 more long deep inhale. And long deep exhale. On your inhale, we're going to slide forward all the way back onto your belly. We come into Sphinx pose again. So elbows underneath your shoulders, palms of the hands down on the mat or in front of the mat, wherever they fall. Reach your heart forward. And again, pressing your arms down and reaching your head away from your shoulders. So again, you got a lot of room for your neck here. Feel the tops of your feet press down into the mat. And then feel your kneecaps lift a little bit as you do that. So your legs are nice and active. Feel your low belly lift, like it's trying to lift away from the mat. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way down onto your belly. Again, slide your hands back underneath your shoulders or maybe a little bit further back. Inhale into a cobra. And exhaling back, either, again, child's pose, or if you like downward facing dog, tucking your toes, lifting your knees, downward facing dog. Long deep breaths here. Again, feel your right side, feel your left side. Feel the length in your spine, the heaviness of your head. Feel yourself in this moment. And then as you inhale, take your time, slowly walk your feet all the way forward to meet your hands. Coming back into your forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine, get long. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale and press into your feet, come all the way up, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart. Take a long, deep inhale here. And a long, deep exhale. All right, I'm just going to switch over to this side so you can see me. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward, fold. Something different this time. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. You're going to step the left foot back, coming back into a lunge. Bringing the back knee down, get long in your spine, look forward. And then as you exhale, step your right foot back, coming back into a plank or a kneeling plank. On your next exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Inhale into a cobra, roll your shoulders back, open up your heart. And then exhaling back, child's pose. Take a deep inhale in your child's pose. And a deep exhale. Choose to stay in child's pose or choose to transition into downward facing dog. Give yourself one more long, deep inhale. Long, deep exhale. On your next inhale, slowly step your left foot forward. If it gets stuck, just help it along the way. And then bring your back knee down. Inhale again, get long in the spine, look forward. And then exhale, step your right foot forward to meet your left, come back into your fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up, arms reach up overhead, open up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Feel your feet grounding down, feel the crown of your head reaching up. One more like that. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Moving with your breath, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your right foot back this time. Bring your back knee down to the floor and inhale, get long in your spine, look forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, come back into a plank or a kneeling plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale to lower down. Inhaling into a cobra. If you like upward facing dog, if you do that in your practice, go for it. The cobra works for you. Stick with it. Exhale, go back into child's pose. Hips come back toward your heels. Take a long, deep inhale here. Long, deep exhale. You can choose to stay or choose to transition into downward facing dog. Once you get there, long, deep breath. Long, deep inhale. Long, deep exhale. On your next inhale, slowly step your right foot forward between your hands. Exhale, back knee comes down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. On your next exhale, take your time, slowly step your back foot forward to meet your front foot, come back into your fold. Inhale, get long in your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart. Pausing here, take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. So just moving with your breath. Thinking of this as a breathing practice. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back. Let's anchor down the left heel this time, and we're going to come up into warrior two. So arms come out into a T. Front heel is going to kind of line up with the arch of your back foot, depending on your hips. Everybody's hips are made differently, so don't force it. If you feel any strain in your hips or your knees, adjust your feet so they feel good. And everything feels good. Give yourself a breath. Bring your right hand to your right thigh. Press your right hand into your right thigh so you feel your upper body shift back a little bit. So you're nice and aligned with your spine. Keep that, and then reach your right arm forward. Give yourself another breath here. And then on your next inhale, take your left hand, your back hand back to your back leg. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Make some space in that right side. Breathe into it. Enjoy the side bend. And then exhale, side angle pose. So we're going to take the right elbow either to the right thigh or the right hand to the floor or the block. Left arm, if it feels good, take it up towards the sky. If it feels better, take your left arm up and over your ear. Take a breath here. Feel your left pinky toe, so the pinky toe of your back foot pressing down into the floor. And feel that long line of energy from your left fingertips all the way down through your left foot. Rotating your heart up towards the sky. Give yourself another breath. And inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way back up. Back into warrior two. Straighten your legs. We're going to parallel the feet towards the long side of the mat again. Bring your hands onto your hips. Wiggle your feet a little bit closer. So they're still wider than your hips, but not quite a warrior two wide. Turn your toes out and your heels in. And again, we're going to pop it down into that goddess squat. So I didn't really explain it well the first time, but the goddess squat, your knees are pointing right in the same line as your toes. Tailbone is anchoring down. So your upper body is just like you're standing upright. The only thing that's different is nice squat in your legs. Give yourself a breath here. And then if it feels good, taking your arms out in front of you, we're going to cross the right arm on top of the left. So right arm crosses on top. You can hug yourself here, bring your hands toward your shoulders, or bring your hands away from you. You can bring the backs of the hands or the front of the hands together for an eagle arm. Give yourself a breath here and anchor your tailbone down. Feel your shoulders dropping down. I'm going to turn sideways here. And then take your hands away from your face. So still, you've got a lot of room for your neck. And feel your shoulder blades widening apart. Another breath. And then inhale, straighten your legs. Unwind your arms. Turn your right toes towards the front of the mat. Take your arms back out and towards a T. Turn your back heel away just a little bit. Reach away forward. We're moving into triangle. Right hand's going to come down to the shin, the floor, the block, wherever it falls. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. In triangle, lower isn't always better. You want to be able to open up your heart and lengthen out your spine. If it feels good today, your left arm, rotate it and reach it up and over your ear. So you got a lot of space in that left side. But as you do that, try not to lose space in your right side. Keep lengthening your spine. If you feel this in your low back, abort, come out of it. Inhale, left arm reaches back up. Bend your front knee, come all the way back up. Ooh, and exhale, slowly cartwheel both hands down to the floor. Let's step your left foot forward to meet your right. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart. Feel your right side. Feel your left side. All right, and then let's do side two. I'm just going to switch sides so you can see. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Moving with your breath. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step your right foot back this time. So once you get there, anchor down your back heel. Press into your feet. Come all the way up into warrior two. Left arm reaches forward over your left leg. Right arm reaches back over your right leg. Feel your feet grounding down. Feel the crown of your head reaching up towards the sky. And then again, bring your left hand, so your front hand is going to come onto your left thigh. Use your left hand, little push with that left hand. And as you do that, feel your upper body shift back just a little bit. So as it does that, your spine's going to be nice and aligned from your head all the way down to your tailbone. And then maybe reach your left arm forward again. Complete your warrior two. Give yourself another breath. On your next inhale, take your right hand back to your right leg. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. Lengthen out the left side. Get really long. Make some space. Enjoy the side bend. And then exhale, side angle pose. Again, either elbow to thigh, or you can bring your hands to the floor, the block, or the water bottle, whatever you got. Right arm can reach up toward the sky if that feels good. Or if it feels better, take your right arm up and over your ear. Breathe. Rotate your heart. Long, deep breaths. Feel your feet grounding down. Inhale, come all the way back up. From here, you're going to straighten your left leg. Parallel your feet, wiggle your feet a little bit closer together. Toes out, heels in. We're going to pop down again into that squat. Give yourself a breath here. If you've got anything going on in your shoulder, remember, always modify, adjust as you need to. So if the arm variation doesn't work for you, skip it. Be really nice to yourself here, okay? So again, when you feel ready, you can stay or reach your arms out in front of you. Cross your left arm on top of your right. Hug backs of the hands or front of the hands come to or towards each other. If you've got your hug or this one, make sure to take your elbows up so they're kind of in line with your shoulders. Again, move at your discretion, be nice to your shoulders. And if you're in the full grab with your hands, move your hands away from your face. So you've got a lot of room there too. Long, deep breaths. Feel your feet grounding down. Notice if you're over gripping with your toes. And then on your next inhale, straighten your legs, unwind your arms. Take your arms out into a T. Turn your left toes towards the front of the mat. Turn your right heel, your back heel away a little bit. Get really long. Reach way forward with your left hand. Left hand's going to come down. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Opening up into a triangle. Left side is just as long as the right, so get really long there on both sides. And then again, you can keep your right hand where it is, or if you want the extra length in the side body today, it feels good to take your right arm up and over your ear, go for it. Keep lengthening both sides of the waist. And if you immediately feel this in your low back, or even if you don't immediately feel it, but if you feel it at all in your low back, abort, take your arm back up. Give yourself another breath. 4, 2. Inhale, a little bend in that front knee. Come all the way back up into warrior two. Exhale, both hands come down to the floor. Step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead. Opening up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Pause here just for a moment. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Inhale, arms reach up. Feel your feet grounding down as your fingertips reach up towards the sky. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. We're going to step it back into a plank. So step your feet back into a plank. And then lower your knees all the way down to the floor. Okay, so we're going to move into a gate pose variation. So from here, what you're going to do is your right foot. Look at your right foot, or imagine where your right foot is, and then take your right foot out to the right. So if you look over your right shoulder, you can see your right foot. And then from here, you're going to take your left foot, put your left foot in line with your right knee. So you've got a nice line between your right hand, your right knee, and your left foot. And then you can open your left arm back up towards the sky. So it's like a variation of a side plank. Give yourself a breath here. And then on your inhale, you're going to get really heavy in the feet and legs and come all the way up to stand in this variation. Good. Left hand's going to come down to your left leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Get really long on the right side. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, right hand's going to come down. All the way down. Maybe left arm reaches up and over your ear. Give yourself a breath here. And then again, inhale, take your left hand up. Use your left hand, pulling yourself all the way up. Left hand is going to come down to your left leg, right arm reaches up and over. And then again, one more time. Right hand comes down. Left arm either up towards the sky or up and over your ear, making some space. No back bend here. So again, you're lengthening your tailbone, hugging those low ribs in just a little bit. And one more time here. Inhale, left hand comes up. And all the way down to the left leg. Right arm reaches up and over your ear. Inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, bring your right hand down. Bring your left hand down. Coming back onto hands and knees. And then from here, you're going to keep your hips stacked on top of your knees. Walk your hands forward and let your heart melt down towards the floor. So this one is a back bend. So you're opening up the upper back and the shoulders, but tuck your tailbone just slightly so your low belly engages and you don't feel any strain in your low back. Good, and then on your next inhale, take your time, slowly walk your hands back in towards you. And we're gonna do side two. Again, I'm just gonna turn around for viewing purposes, but you can stay where you are. So again, left foot, imagine your left foot where it is. You're gonna take your left foot and kickstand it up to the left. So if you look over your left shoulder, you can see your left foot. And then bring your right foot in line with the left knee. So again, you've got a nice line between your left hand, your left knee, and your right foot. And then your right arm can peel up towards the sky. Give yourself a breath here. Now on your inhale, using your right hand, come all the way up to stand on your left knee. Right hand's gonna come all the way down to your right leg. Left arm reaches up and over. And big side stretch in that left side. Give yourself a breath here. And then left hand's gonna come all the way down. As you exhale, left hand comes down to the floor. Right arm reaches up and over maybe, or up towards the sky. And then let's keep going just a couple times more. Inhale, right arm comes up. Bring yourself all the way up. And then right hand comes down through the leg. Left arm reaches up and over. Long deep breath here. Enjoying the stretch. Inhale, come all the way back up. Left hand comes down. Right arm reaches up and over or up towards the sky. Be nice to your shoulders here. One more. Inhale, coming all the way up. Right hand comes down. Left arm up and over. And last one. Side stretches feel nice. On your next exhale, take your time. Slowly bring your right hand all the way down to the floor. Coming back on the hands and knees. And same as last time, hips stack on top of your knees. Walk your hands forward. Allow your heart to melt down towards the floor. On your next inhale, slowly walk your hands back in towards you. And either come all the way back. Let's find a way back, all the way back to seated. I was going to talk you through it, but it seemed like too much. So find your way all the way back to seated. Once you find your comfortable seat, take your legs wide into a V. Utta Vishta Konasana. Sit up really super tall. Ground down through your sit bones and your heels. Knees do not have to be totally straight. They can bend a little bit or a lot. You want to make sure you feel grounded. A lot of the time in this pose, we feel our tailbone tuck slightly, and we don't feel very grounded in the sit bones. If that's the case, bend your knees so you feel like you can sit up a lot, okay? So once you get there, sit up really super tall. Choose to stay here. This might be plenty. Or if it feels good to you and you feel called, walk your hands forward, coming into a fold. And breathe. Flexing your toes up towards the sky. Long, deep breaths. See if you can keep your spine pretty long here. The goal is not to get your face onto the floor. No, it doesn't matter how low you get. It doesn't matter if you're way up here, if you're way down here, if your face is all the way down. It doesn't matter. What we're going for is a stretch in the inner thighs. So if you feel it at all, you're doing it correctly. So give yourself a couple breaths wherever you are. And one of the things we learn about being present is accepting of the moment, accepting of things as they are, without need to change, without need to perfect or scrutinize or try to force. We just learn through a practice of yoga that things are neither good or bad. They're neither right or wrong. They are what they are, and we work with what is. And that's what we learn in our shapes that we make with our bodies. We just work with what is. Because what if the shape that you're in right now, what if this is it? What if this is perfect for you? Inhale, come all the way back up. Keep your legs wide. If it feels okay, you're going to take your right hand down to your right leg or to the inside of the right leg, whatever feels best in your body. As you inhale, we're going to side bend a little bit over to the right, and then take your left arm and peel it up towards the sky. So we've got nice space here in the heart, in the left side, and then choose. You can stay, this might be plenty. Or if you want to bring your left hand to the back of the head and continue to rotate the heart open, you can. If you want to reach your left arm over, maybe grab your foot. You don't have to grab your foot, but if it's there for you and you want to, you can always grab your foot. But choose the variation of the pose that feels good for you. Give yourself another breath or two. Feel your your left sit bone getting really super heavy. It may pop up here. It's very normal. Just allow it to get heavy. On your next inhale, take your time, slowly come all the way back up. Let's go to side two. So left hand comes down again, shin or inside the leg. Right arm, little side bend here. We're going to peel the right arm up towards the sky. Breathe here. Give yourself a couple of breaths. And then again, choose to stay or right hand to the back of the head. Rotate the heart open. Or right hand reaches over towards the left. Choose which variation feels best to you. Long, deep breaths. Notice how all the side bending feels. It's a lot of side bending today. It's not movements we do a lot in our basic daily life. And so sometimes it can feel kind of good. Or if you feel really tight in this area too, that's something to breathe into and notice. Or if you feel really open, again, something to breathe into and notice. Then inhale, come all the way back up, unwind. Use your hands, grab the outsides of your legs with your hands. Bring your knees together and bring your feet straight out in front of you. Sit up really super tall here. Flex your toes up towards the ceiling. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Get really long. Again, choose to keep your legs straight or bend your knees a little bit so you feel like you can sit right on top of your sit bones. Give yourself another breath. And then exhale, hinge forward here. Hands can come to the floor. They can come to your shins. They can come to your feet if your feet are there. If you feel like you have to grind your teeth, reach, do all the things you have to do to reach your toes, don't do it. Back off a little bit. So that way your body can enjoy the space you're creating in the shape instead of the mind taking over and telling you have to touch your toes today, and then the body facing the repercussions of that thought. So see if you can let your body lead the way here instead of your mind, just for today. See what happens. And on your next inhale, take your time, slowly come all the way back up. And then slowly make your way all the way back onto your back. Once you get there, bring your knees into your chest, rock and roll around a little bit, massage out your lower back. And then a quick twist, take your arms out into a T, drop your knees over to the right, coming into a twist, let your left shoulder melt down. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, we'll twist to the left, right shoulder melt down. And your inhale, come back to center. And then when you feel ready, slowly extend your legs out, moving into a position for your Shavasana. I'm going to stay seated for Shavasana, but if it feels good to to find a comfortable lying down position. If you want blankets or pillows, you're at home, whatever feels good, do that. But I'm just gonna stay seated so you can hear me. So get really comfortable. Allow yourself to start to sink down, letting go of the physical practice. The work is done. And now we just get to that nice, wonderful part of the practice where we get to lie back and absorb everything that we've just done. Feeling your body heavy, feeling your face soft, allowing the feet to just kind of flop out to the sides, allowing the shoulders to melt down. Allow the palms of your hands to be soft. Maybe fingers curl a little bit. And allow the rhythm of the breath to be nice and easy. And as you inhale, imagine you're taking in or breathing in whatever it is you need. And as you exhale, feel yourself letting go of something that no longer serves you. And allow yourself to rest here. Letting go. Letting go. We're coming right up to 7 o'clock here. So if you have to be done by the 7 o'clock mark, we're going to start to arouse the body a little, waken up the body a little bit more. But if you have more time, please choose to stay. Choose to stay and absorb whatever it is that you need to absorb today. So if you're ready to come back, start by wiggling your fingers and your toes. And then slowly roll all the way over onto your right or left side. And use your hands to come all the way up to seated. And taking your time, no rush, but when you feel ready, bring your hands to your heart. Sealing in your practice, bowing to yourself, to those that you love, to those that are far away, bowing and spreading love to those that challenge you, bowing to those that you do not yet know. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you all so much for joining me today. And I will be back same time next week for more summer yoga flow. Thank you.